no-code tutorial for No-code HQ, and in today's tutorial we'll be building a workout fitness app, basically where users can browse through different workouts and see what exercises are within each different workout, and also just browse through all the exercises that are available. And yeah, we'll build this using Adalo, and you can create a free Adalo account and start creating your first app for free. So what you want to do is create a new app, and you'll be shown this pop-up once you're in Adalo. And let's go through this together. So we want to create a native mobile app. We want to start off with a blank page actually, and we can call our app workout app, for example. And you can change the color of your app according to whatever you want to do. I'm going to choose maybe, yeah, maybe, I don't know, a purple color like this, and secondary color yellowish. And let's just click on create. And you'll be brought into the Adalo editor of your app, and you're greeted with these three screens as always: sign up, login, and the home screen. And we're actually going to go ahead now, and before basically editing or designing our application itself, we want to go to database and define the database structure of our application. We already have the user collection, which consists of an email, password, username, and full name. Let's actually remove the full name. We don't need that. We just want to have the username and the email and the password of the user. So that's great. We just have to make a small change here now under the form. So if we go to fields, we want to remove this deleted column and just add the username column. And now users can enter their username when signing up to your application. So let's go back to database. And what I want to do, I want to add a new collection. And this collection is going to be called exercise, and it represents one individual exercise. Let's click add, and an exercise will have a name, of course. It should also have a description. So let's just add a new text. Let's call this description, and let's click save. And it should also have, sorry, not a text, but it should have an image, of course. So let's add another property, an image, and this is going to be just called image. And let's actually go ahead and create a few records. So you can create records by clicking here and clicking on view edit records. Let's add an exercise, and let's, for example, say we have the exercise pull-ups. Look for a bar and pull your body weight up, something like this. You could of course add a more detailed exercise description, and I'm also just going to upload an image. Okay, so I've uploaded the image, I'm going to click save, and I'm also going to add a few more exercises. So I've added 5 different exercises, so bench press, push-ups, deadlifts, shoulder press, and pull-ups. So a few basic exercises. I'm going to click done. So you as a trainer would now be able to add all the exercises you want to be displayed in your app. So I'm going to click done now. And the next collection we want to add is going to be called workout. Okay, let's click add. And a workout will obviously have a name. It should also have a description. So let's add another text, and the name should be description of a workout. So for example, let's say we have the Ironman workout, we have the cardio workout, and so on. And each workout will consist of a list of exercises. So we're going to add a new property, and this property is going to be a relationship to 2 exercises. And we can now choose what kind of relationship it should be. And the relationship we're going to use is actually going to be this one. So a workout can have multiple exercises, and an exercise can have multiple workouts. So what does that mean? Of course, a workout should contain many different exercises and not just one. And an exercise could also be within various workouts. So for example, the Ironman workout should contain pull-ups, and the body weight workout should also contain pull-ups. So this is the relation we want to use. So let's click done. And we should now have a nice relation here between a workout and the exercise, and it's also displayed here. And that's basically it. We can now start and go ahead building our application. So let's actually go ahead and start off by building the home screen. So what I want to do at first, I want to add a new component, and this should be a navigation component. It's going to be a tab bar. So let's just drag that here, and let's define what we want to have. So we want to have 3 tabs, and the first tab should be called workouts. So let's just rename that to workouts. For the icon, you can maybe use let's search for a bar or weight, fitness, like this. That's great. The second tab should be called exercises. And for icon, we could maybe use just a list, like this maybe. And the third tab should just be called, well, it should be just called profile. We can leave the icon as it is. Actually, let's search for male person. That's good. And the fourth tab we can disable, and the fifth tab we can also disable. So we have here 3 nice tabs. Currently the workout is the active tab. You can define that under active tab here. So the first tab is here, the active tab, because this is going to be our workout screen. So let's actually go ahead now and start editing this workouts screen. What I'm going to do, I'm going to add a new component, and it's going to be a list. And I'm actually going to add a card list. So let's just drag that here onto our workouts screen. And we can now define the structure of this workout screen. So I'm going to say, okay, we don't want to have a subtitle, so let's just disable that. And we don't want to have a body. We just want to have an image and a title. So let's go to card list, and we're going to say, okay, what is this a list of? This should be a list of all workouts, okay, with no filter attached. And we can add a sorting. So for example, we want to display the newest, the newest workouts that were added, and this will then sort down. We can also decide the number of columns. So you could say 1 or 2. And I'm actually going to stay with 2 columns. I think that's that makes more sense. And what you can do now, because we defined that this is a list of workouts, or basically one card here represents a workout, we can say, okay, the title should be, okay, it's already predefined, it should be the workout name, but you have access to that using this sign here, the symbol. You can say, okay, this should be the current workout's name. And for the image, I actually forgot to add an image field in our collection. So let's actually just go quickly back to our database. And under workout, I'm going to add a new property, which is going to be an image again. And we're just going to call it image as well. And now we can go back actually and click here. And we can now define, okay, the media should be the current workout's image. And that's basically it, quite simple. So let's actually now create the detailed view of a workout. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to add a new screen. I'm going to click on add screen. And we can actually use this app bar, or actually we can go down to info and we can use something else. We could use the info with sublist screen. So let's just click on that, and we're going to call it workout. Let's click on create screen. And let's also say, okay, when one of these cards is clicked, so when one of these workouts is clicked, so on press, we want to link to our, where is it? Our workout screen. We want to link to our screen called workout with a nice push transition. Okay, because we now linked this list here to the workout screen, Adalo recognizes this and now knows that this screen represents a workout, and we now have access to this data. So for example, we can say the title of this screen, this one, should not say workout, it should actually be dynamic and it should say the current workout's name. Okay? This image here should be the current workout's image. Okay? Let's remove this item, we don't need that. Let's actually drag this list here down, we're going to need that later. And let's drag that title here down as well. Let's just copy this title here, Control-C, Control-V. I'm going to say this is going to be called description. And beneath this, we're just going to add a text. Let's drag the text here. And this text should be dynamic, and it should be the current workout's description. Let's edit the style a bit. Let's make it light, and let's make it smaller as well, so maybe 13, and let's actually make it regular. I think that's better. Okay, great. So at last, I just want to define this list here, and this list should be called exercises. Exercises. Okay, and it should be a list of exercise. However, the filter should be that this is not going to be all exercises within our database. It should be the current workouts exercises. So only the exercises that are contained within this workout. Okay, so basically just to recap, let's say we have our workout called Ironman Challenge. If a user clicks on that, he'll be brought to this screen. It will say Ironman Challenge. It will display the image. It will display the description of the workout. and will display a list of all the exercises that are contained within this workout. So we can go ahead and modify the design of this again. So we don't need a subtitle, but let's actually define the title here, and the title should be the exercise name. That's correct. That's basically it. Let's keep it quite simple. I also want to link this arrow here back. So on the left icon, it should be on press, it should link back. Okay, so that's already predefined. So we can now go ahead and create another screen. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to click here on add a screen. And I'm going to add a blank screen this time. I'm going to call it exercises. Okay, let's create the screen. And this is going to be our second menu here, basically. So I'm just going to copy this top bar and paste it here. Okay, and I'm also going to copy our app bar, and I'm also going to paste it here. So this is going to be called exercises and not home. So we can rename that. We want to remove the right icon. We don't need that, or actually we can leave it. And for the app bar, for the tab bar, we want to make the second tab the active tab. So under tab bar, we want to say, okay, the active tab should be the second tab. Okay. Now we have to create the link. So you want to say, okay, when the second tab, which is exercises, is pressed, we want to link to our screen called exercises with no transition. And same thing here, if our first tab, which is workouts, is pressed, we want to link to our home screen with no transition. Okay, great. So here again, we can just enter a list of all the exercises. So let's say a user wants to look for workouts, but sometimes he or she also wants to just see a list of all exercises that are available. So what a user can then do, it's just going to be a list of exercises, so we can use a list again, and you can choose if you want to use a simple list or a card list, a custom list. Let's actually use a simple list. I'm just going to drag that here. And this is going to be a list of exercises. We want to display all exercises. The sorting is again going to be created from newest to oldest. The title should be the exercise name, correct? The subtitle, you could add something if you want, but I'm going to leave it or remove that actually. But we want to have our image here, which is of type image, and this should be the current exercise image. And yeah, that's basically it. Quite simple, to be honest. But we now want to again create a detailed view for our exercise, kind of similar to what we did here. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to create another screen. Let's click on Add Screen. We're going to use the app bar this time, so let's click on that. And this is going to be called Exercise. Okay. And we're going to link. So if a user clicks on an exercise here, on a specific one, on press, we want to link to our exercise screen with a push transition. And now we can also create a link from this list to an exercise screen. So if a specific exercise within the workout screen is pressed, we also want to bring the user to the exercise screen. So let's also create a link here. So under on press, we want to link to the exercise screen with a push transition. And here we should also have again access to the exercise data. So we can, for example, say, okay, the title should not be exercise, it should be the current exercise name. We can add a list again, so let's search for, or not a list, sorry, we can add some components now. So let's actually add an image. I'm just going to copy this image here, paste that and drag that here. And this image should be the current exercise image, okay? And if we go back to our database, under exercise, we have the name of the exercise, the description, and the image, of course. So let's just add a text here. This should be the title, the name of the exercise. So let's make that, let's let that be the current exercise name. Let's edit the style. Let's center that, make that a lot bigger. And let's make it bold maybe. And yeah, like this, that looks nice. And beneath that, we want to add the description. So let's add a text here beneath that, which is going to say instructions. Okay, let's make that a bit grayish, like this, and let's add another text, and this text is gonna, let's drag that here, and this text is gonna basically display the instructions of this exercise, or how to do this exercise, so the current exercise description. Okay, great. So we're making a lot of progress. Looks quite good already. The last thing we just have to do is create this profile page. And we're going to keep this quite simple. I'm going to create a new screen. Okay, let's click Add Screen. And I'm going to use a blank screen again. I'm going to call it Profile. Okay, we're going to create a screen. I'm going to copy this top bar again and paste that here. And I'm going to copy the app bar also and paste that here as well. And again, we can make the same changes. So this is going to be called, we could call it My Profile, or we could call it just logged in user's username. So it will display the username here. For the bottom, we just have to define again, okay, the active tab should be the third tab in this case. We have to create the links again. So for the first tab, okay, the link we have already, and for the second tab we don't. So let's say on press, when the second tab here is clicked, we want to link to our exercises screen with no transition. Same thing here, if our third tab, the profile tab, is pressed, we want to link to the profile page with no transition. And here, if the third tab, our profile tab, is pressed, we want to link to our profile page again with no transition. Okay, here actually I want to change the right icon and not make it log the user out. So let's just remove that. And I want to change the icon to a settings, like this maybe, settings icon. And if this is clicked, the user should be able to edit his account information. And we're going to make that quite simple. We're going to create a new screen for that. So let's just add a new screen. And we're going to use the form template for that. So just select that. We're going to call the screen Edit Profile. Okay, let's create the screen. And we're going to say, okay, when this right icon is pressed, we want to link to our Edit Profile screen with a push transition. And under the Edit Profile screen, we want to say, okay, which data collection? We want to modify a user. We want to update the logged in user. Okay, so basically, the user can easily update his information. So in this case, his email, his password, and his username. Click on Update User. That will automatically update his fields and just go back again to this page. And if he clicks the settings page, he'll be brought to this page. Great. So now the question is, of course, what do we want to display on the actual profile page? And we can add a lot of things, but what I think is quite nice, the ability to favorite a workout. Okay. So what I want to do, I want to add the ability to favorite a workout. So I'm going to do this by adding a new relation here under users. Let's add a property, a relation to a workout. And this is going to be called, okay, a user. And the relation we're going to use is, again, a user can have multiple workouts and a worker can have multiple users. So let's click Done. And this is going to be called favorite workouts. Okay, save. So let's add a button here maybe. So let's search for a button. Let's position it at the bottom of the detailed workout view. And this button should say Add to Favorites. Okay, let's make it round maybe. And when this button is pressed, okay, we want to update a record. We want to update the logged in user. And for the favorite workouts, we want to add the current workout. And that's basically it. So when this button is pressed, the current workout will be added to the list of favorite workouts of the currently logged in user. And of course, we want to basically hide this button once it's added to a favorite. So we want to say, okay, we want to change the visibility. And we want to make it sometimes visible. We want to only make it visible if the logged in user's favorite workouts all does not contain the current workout. Okay, so if the user has not already added this workout to his favorites, then this button should be visible. If it is already in his favorites, it should not be visible. And we're going to create a second button. So let's just copy this button. I'm going to drag that a bit to the top so we can just edit that. And this is going to be called Remove from Favorites. Okay. And we're going to just inverse everything basically. So we're going to say, okay, this is sometimes visible. This is only visible if the current user's favorite workout already contains the current workout. And if it's pressed, we want to update the logged in user, and we want to remove the current workout from his list of favorite workouts. And that's basically it. We can drag the button down. They're on top of each other now, but one is only visible at a specific time. What we can do now, under our profile page, we can add a nice list here. So again, we can search for a list. And actually, let's just copy this list here. So we have the same structure. Let's just copy that and paste that here. We have to drag that like this. Okay, position that here. And this is now going to just be a list of workouts. However, the filter is going to be, it should not be all workouts. It should be only the logged in user's favorite workouts. And yeah, again, on press, it will link to the detailed workout screen. And yeah, that's basically it regarding our application. The last thing I just want to do so that we can use it nicely is just to add a few workouts. So I'm going to go to database again. Under workout, I'm going to click on view edit records and I'm going to add a new workout. So let's, for example, add our Ironman workout. And the description is going to be, this is an intense workout for advanced fitness enthusiasts. Total duration, let's say, I don't know, 90 minutes, something like that. We can upload an image again. So I just selected the image and let's click save. Okay. Let's actually go back again and I want to add some exercise. So I want to say, okay, part of the Ironman workout should be, and we can choose the exercises. So it should contain the pull-ups, the shoulder press, the push-ups, the bench lifts, press, and the deadlifts. Let's say that's the hardest workout we have and it contains all the exercises we have. So let's click save and let's just create another workout. And this workout should be called the body weight workout. Description is going to be this workout only uses your own body weight and does not require any additional weights. This workout is ideal if you don't have access to a gym. Again, I'm just going to upload an image here. I'm going to click save. And let me just go back again onto this and let's add a few exercises. So this is just going to be push-ups and pull-ups. That are the only two exercises we have that are without any additional weight. So let's click save and done. And now we should be good to go. So let's go ahead and preview our application for the first time. So we're going to click on preview. We can change the device. I'm going to choose iPhone XS Max. And as you can see, we're greeted with the sign up page because we have never logged in or signed up yet, and users will have to sign up or log in order to use your app. If you have already an account, you can click here and you'll be brought to the login page, or you can go back again to sign up. So let's actually create an account. So I'm going to enter my email, the password, and the username, and let's click on sign up. And a new account will now be created. We are logged in and we're brought to the home screen. As you can see, everything looks already quite nice. So we have our two workouts here that we just created, the body weight workout and the Ironman workout. We have our log out button here. We're on the workout screen currently and it's the active tab. Let's check the exercises screen now. So I'm going to click on it and we're brought to the exercises screen with a list of all the exercises within our application. Okay, let's actually go back to workouts now and let me take a look at a workout. So I'm going to click on the Ironman workout. And great, as you can see, we're brought to the detailed view. So we have the image of the workout, the description of the workout, the list of exercises that are within this workout. So the list of exercises that you have to do when you want to do this workout, and our button add to favorites. Okay, let's just take a look at the body weight workout as well. And here again, it works nicely. We just have these two workouts, so push-ups and pull-ups, and the description, this workout only uses your own body weight, and so on. Let's actually add the body weight workout to our favorites. Okay, great. As you can see, once I click the add to favorites button, it was hidden and the remove from favorites button is shown. So our visibility settings work because this workout was now added to our list of favorite buttons. One small thing is the button isn't wide enough for the text, but we can change that quite easily. Let me just test again and remove it from my favorites. And yeah, that works really nicely. I'm going to add it again. And let's go back. Let's take a look at exercises now. Let's, for example, take a look at deadlifts. And as you can see, okay, again, we have our detailed view here, the image, the name of the exercise, and the instructions. Use a bar and pull it up. We can go to pull-ups, look for a bar and pull your body weight up, and we can look at bench press, and it looks quite nice. Everything works perfectly. So again, if you're within a workout, you can see, okay, for the Ironman workout, we have to do this, and a user can see, okay, so I have to start off with bench press. Let me take a look what bench press is. He clicks on bench press, and he'll be brought to the exercise description of bench press with the image and instructions. You can go back again, and everything works nicely. Let's just test the profile page now. So I want to click on profile, and great. As you can see, the user's favorites workouts are shown. In this case, only the body weight workout, because this was the one he added to his favorites, or we added to our favorites. And you can also access the workouts from this page, and also edit his profile by clicking on the settings icon here, and he will be brought to the form here where you can just update the profile information. And yeah, that's basically it. Let's just test again for the Ironman workout. I want to add it to my favorites, and let's remove the bodyweight workout from our favorites. And if we go to our profile now, you can see, okay, now we have the Ironman workout as our favorite workout. Yeah, one small thing I want to change. The button isn't wide enough for the text. Let's actually make that wider, like this. Okay, and let's center it. And the same thing for the other button. Let's drag that up. Let's make that button also wider, like this and this. And I also want to add in a small title here, just so it makes more sense. Let's add a text here. And this text is going to say, my favorite workouts. And let's preview again. And now we should be brought immediately to the home page because we're logged in. As you can see, we don't have to sign up or log in again. If we now go to profile, you can see, okay, we have this title here now that looks nice. And if we go to individual workout, our button is bigger. It now overlaps the list here, but that's also fixable. But yeah, the button is now bigger, and the text is fully visible. And same here for the body weight workout. We have our add to favorites button and our remove from favorites button. And yeah, that's basically it regarding this tutorial. I hope you learned something, and I'm gonna see you guys for next tutorial with NocoHQ. Bye.